Okay, good evening everyone. I welcome you all to the week 4 live session on integrated waste management for the smart city. So in today's live session, we will be having 15 questions, numerical based, view and most of them theoretical based. And before I started, I would like to briefly introduce myself. I am the TA allotted to this course, to this network course, and I have been taking these courses as a part of the team deliverables. And as per my academic, I am currently pursuing PhD in IIT Kharagpur under the supervision of Professor Pradesh Kumar Dubey and Professor Makaran Madhav. So continuing with today's live session, moving on to question number 1. So as you can see here, the question asks that which of the following are the duties of industrial units for using fuel and are located within a 1 kilometer radius of a RDF plant. I will give you about 2-3 minutes to think about this question and then I will be sharing the answer.
Okay, so this was the first question, and the answer for this question is RDF shall replace at least 5% of the fuel requirements. Okay, so the answer for this question is that RDF shall replace at least 5% of the fuel requirements. And I also have a slide related to this particular question. Let me see. So these are some of the duties that the industry unit should have. So as you can see that in the first bullet point, it is clearly written that all the industrial units using fuel and located within 100 kilometers of the solid waste based RDF plant. So at least 5% of the fuel requirement shall be replaced by RDF in those units. Then the arrangements shall be made within 6 months of the date of notification of these rules. So this last point is the timeline, and the above the point above it tells about the quantity of the fuel that is to be the minimum quantity of fuel that is to be replaced by the RDF. So this was the first question. So summarizing quickly again, you can see that which of the following are the duties of industries within 1 kilometer of the RDF plant is that they should replace at least 5% of the fuel requirements through RDF. While on option 1, you can see that this is the wrong. Why? Because the arrangements of the RDF use in industry shall be made within 1 year. But the answer is not within 1 year, it is within 6 months. That is why option 2 is the correct answer. Then moving on to the next question, where it is told that non-recyclable inorganics. Sorry, give me a moment. Okay, fine. So in question number 3, you can see the non-recyclable inorganic waste having a calorific value of 500 kilocalories per kg shall be disposed of at which of the following facilities of solid waste management units? The options are landfill, recycling unit, composting unit, or incinerator. Where should I dispose of non-recyclable inorganic waste having a calorific value of 5 kilocalories per kg? So there are, if you look at this question carefully, there are three key terms here. First one is the waste is non-recyclable in nature. Second is it is inorganic in type. And third is the calorific value of the waste is 500 kilocalories per kg. So we can have about 2-3 minutes to think about this question, and then I will repeat the answer. Okay, so the correct answer for this question is landfill. Now you might be asking why. So in order to answer that particular point, I will show you one slide again. So you can see in this particular slide that when a waste is non-recyclable in nature and is having a calorific value of 1500 or more kilocalories per kg, then it should not be disposed in landfills. But unfortunately, our waste, even though it is non-recyclable, but it is having a calorie value much less than 1500, around 500 kilocalories per kg. So that is why it is not suitable for landfill, for incinerator. What option did we have next? I think there was some composting method. So recycling unit was another option. But since it is clearly mentioned that the waste is non-recyclable, so obviously there is no point in thinking about the recycling unit. Third comes the composting unit. So since which type of waste do we compost? We compost waste which are biodegradable in nature. So unfortunately, the question has talked about a waste which is inorganic. So since inorganic materials they can't be like biodegradable, so that is not the point then. So composting unit cannot be used. And while the third incinerator it goes out of the options since the calorific value of the waste is much lesser than 1500 kilocalories per kg and about one third of it. So the only option left behind with such kind of waste is landfill. So now we will move on to the next question, which is which of the following is or are the Swachh Bharat mission strategy? So option one will be preparation of a city level sanitation plan or enabling environment for private sector participation, capacity building, or all of the above. Okay, so in this particular question, I will, I will most probably be having again another slide to support this one. You see more slides here. So still I can like dictate few of the points. Like in this particular option, the answer will be all of the above because in under Swachh Bharat mission, obviously preparation of city level sanitation plans is one of them, followed by enabling environment of private sector participation. This is also there. Capacity building is also among them. In fact, there is another one that remedial change strategy should also be considered. So that is why pertaining to this particular question, all of the 1, 2, and 3 options are correct. That is why option 4 will be our right answer, which is all of the above. Coming to the next question, which of the following is not a duty of CPCB concerning the solid waste management rules of 2016? Again, you can have about 2-3 minutes to think about this question, and then I will discuss the answer. Okay, so in this particular question, CPCB is Central Pollution Control Board, and if you try to just go through the options, you will see that the first option talks about coordinating with the concerned Ministry of Government of India for implementation with the solid waste management rules. So this kind of seems like a central something that a central body can do, so that is why it may come under CPCB. I'm not really discussing the answer now, just discussing it with you first. Then second is formulate or review the standards for different units of solid waste management from time to time. So this also seems to be under the purview of CPCB. Then comes the regulate interstate movement of waste. So this is something that we may have some doubts that this can be one of the duties of CPCB or cannot be, since it is talking about interstate. So maybe the state governments have the role to play here and not CPCB. So that is why to clarify this particular question, we will go to another slide which discusses about the duties of the Central Pollution Control Board. So you can see that in here, the coordination with the SPCB for the implementation of these tools, these are one of them. Then one of the options that we had was formulate, you can see here, formulate or review the standards of different units from time to time. This was one of the options. So this is obviously correct. Then which one was another? So option two, this is a duty obviously. Then that is coordinating with Ministry of Government of India for the implementation of this. So we will see if that one also is one of the options or not. So here, review the proposals on the SPCB. So this talks about the SPCB, any proposal that they give, and prescribe some performance standards, emission norms within 6 months of receiving the same. Then preparation of annual reports on implementation of these rules on the basis of reports received by SPCB and other bodies. Then publication of standards and reports on the website, and the development of guidelines for maintaining buffers. So if you try to look at these particular questions, you will find that this is also option one is also one of the duties. But in here, regulation of interstate movement of this is not counted within the duties of CPC. Now moving on to the next question, which is a true and false statement. So the question states that the State Pollution Control Board will review the implementation of the solid waste management every 6 months at the local levels. So I have just now, among the points, I think you can call them, which can be the answer. Whether it is true or false, you can have about 2-3 minutes, then I will be sharing the answer. Okay, so discussing the answer for this question, I will share a slide. You can see that SPCBs and PCCs, they review the meeting and the rules, implementation of these rules half year. So, since this particular question, the statement says it should be every 6 months, so that is half yearly. So that is why it is a true statement. And quickly looking into some of the other points, like the Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change and Central Monitoring Committee, their time period of reviewing is every year. Then District Collector reviews the performance of local authorities quarterly, so that is every 3 years. Then the secretary in charge of the development state level advisory committee, they review them after every 6 months. Now, moving on to the next question. Which of the following is the duty of the ministry? Wait, have we did not we haven't discussed this question. So, which of the following is the duty of the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy Resources according to SWM rules? So, option one is formulation of national policy and strategy on solid waste management, including the policy on waste to energy. Then second option is provide a market development assistance on city composting. Then comes decide the tariff or charges for power generation from waste to energy plants based on solid waste. Then finally facilitate the infrastructure creation for waste to energy plants. So which one do you think among these four is the correct answer for this particular question? So you can look at the answer with the help of a slide. I will see if there is one. Yeah. So some of the duties of MNRE, that is the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy Sources, are to provide infrastructure creation for waste to energy plants and then also provides appropriate subsidies or incentives for such waste to energy plants. So since this particular question, where is it? Yeah, among these options, you can see that facilitate infrastructure creation for waste to energy plants. So option D is the correct answer. Now moving on to the next question. This one we have seen. So according to Schedule 1 of SWM Rules of 2016, design criteria for scientific interest should include which one of the following? So this is very basic and I guess you can answer the question quickly. You can have about 2-3 minutes to go through these options. So in this particular question, if you try to take a deeper look into it, you will find that the first option talks about the what is this? Yeah. The first option it talks about the criteria for organic waste dumping. Then second option is provision of ambient air quality monitoring at landfill site, and the third one is regarding the landfill liner to prevent water pollution. And this usually occurs due to seepage of the landfill leak, which can eventually reach the groundwater levels and severely contaminate it. So if you try to take a look at this question, it will become very obvious that among them, option B and option C, these two are kind of related to the landfill sites. So that is why the correct option becomes option D, that is both B and C. Now, quickly moving to the next question, which is the method which is not used to quantify solid waste generation among these. You can have about 2 minutes to think the answer. Very simple and easy to guess it. Okay, fine. So in order to quantify the waste generation, we usually use the load count analysis, weight volume analysis, and a material balance analysis. The one that we don't use for this mass quantification is the balance, because obviously it serves the other purpose. So let me see if I have any slides for the same. I think I have it. Here you can see that the load count method, it is used to quantify the waste based amount by, like, it is based on counting the number of collection vehicles or loads that crosses or passes or is coming to a certain area in a specific period of time. And this method is often employed when more sophisticated methods like weighing scales or volume measurements, these are not available. Then comes the weight volume analysis, or obviously it is called the density analysis, which is used to quantify the waste generation by determining both the mass of waste that is coming into an area or generated, and also using the volume of the same as well. So this is a more detailed and sophisticated method because it gives us insights into the density of the waste and is more useful for waste management planning and resource allocations. Then material balance is again a very simple concept where we use to quantify the weight by monitoring both the inflow and outflow of materials, let's say from a transfer station, in and from a transfer station. So, for example, X kg of total waste comes into the transfer station. From there, Y kg goes to the landfill, and let's say Z kg goes to the incinerator. So that is how we do material balance, and that can also be used to quantify the solid waste generation. Now moving on to question number 8. In communities with pay-as-you-throw programs, residents are charged for waste collection based on the volume or weight of waste that they throw away. Very simple question, and you can have about 30 seconds to think about the answer. Okay, so the answer obviously is true for this particular question because the residents have to pay the amount corresponding to the mass or volume of the waste that they are generating. Then quickly moving to the next question. So this one we have already seen. Now moving to question number 11. This is a match of the following, and you can go through this question, the options, and the matching ones, and then we will discuss it. I have about 5 minutes to think about this question. So if you try to take a look at this question, the first option in the first statement is introducing planning and existing built-up area to make the current location more efficient and livable. Now this is a statement, like there's an existing built-up area, you have to work on it to make it more efficient and livable. So which one of the four options do you think it matches? Whether it is pan city development, no, pan city is covering the entire city. Then comes the option retrofitting. Yes, this is the much more convincing because retrofitting is itself means developing, like building on something that is already built. Then after that we have a redevelopment option which also seems to fit in with the statement. Then comes greenfield development, so that doesn't seem to. So now the option is whether it is retrofitting or redevelopment. So among these two, you have to think. So if you then go to the next question, next statement, or the second one, we'll see it will affect a replacement of an existing built-up environment and enabling co-creation of a new layout with enhanced infrastructure. So if you compare these two statements, the first one it says that introduce planning in an existing built-up area to make the current location more efficient and livable. So this is matching with retrofitting. And the second one, which talks about the effect of replacement of an existing built-up area and then enabling co-creation of new layout with some enhanced infrastructure that comes with redevelopment. So if you see and look at the options, that is A, B, C, and D, you will find that option B, this is the correct answer. Then moving to the third statement, it says that it will introduce smart solutions in previously vacant area. Fine. Using innovative planning, financing, and implementation. So this goes with option B, which is greenfield project, like greenfield development. Then the fourth statement is envisages application of selected smart solutions to the existing citywide infrastructure. The term citywide itself it can indicate towards an option that is matching, which is pan city development. So option B is the correct answer. Now going to question number 12, which says that which are the following container systems is used for the collection of this construction and demolition debris. So for halt container systems, we go for for construction and development, so demolition base. We prefer to go with halt container systems. While for residential and commercial complexes where the waste generated from those places, they usually uh, use stationary container systems. So moving to the next question, which is the following is the costliest operation of solid waste management. Now this should be very very easy to answer and very important as well. This is one of the most important questions of the solid waste management. You can think about it for 3 4 minutes. Okay, so the correct answer for this question is collection and transportation. This is the most costliest phase of a solid waste management system. Then the next question, which is question number 13. Which of the following is the at-source method of solid waste collection system? So in here, the correct answer is curbside collection, because this is also related to the previous question, the C&D waste, which is collected using container system, while for residential places and all, where the waste generation can be called at source, and you have curbside collection bins present there. So that is why it comes under option C, that is curbside collection. Then finally, moving to the numerical question at hand, it says that in first week there are 10 truckloads, and each the volume of each truck for carrying the waste it is 20 meter cube, with the compacted density of waste to be 250 kg per meter cube. Then in second weeks you have got 8 truckloads, volume will be the same for each truck, and then the total compacted density is a bit low of about 200 kg per meter cube. And the residential area it has got 4,000 homes, and you can assume that about 4 persons are there at each home. So you have to calculate the solid waste generation rate in kg per capita. So just for the time being, I will remove this answer and then paste it later. We can try to solve this in 10 minutes. So, So now if we start, so you can see that first I have to calculate the total amount of solid waste that is generated. So in week one I have got 10 truckloads. So 10 is the number. Each truck is having a volume of 20 meter cubes. So 20 into the compacted density of the waste unit. So density into volume. I will get the mass of the waste, and since there are 10 numbers of trucks, so multiplying it by 10. Similarly, for the second week also, I have multiplied the volume of each truck with the compacted density of waste and the total number of trucks that are truckloads which are generated. So this gives us the total solid waste, the mass of which is generated to be 18,000 kgs. Now, if I want to calculate it, and this mass is for 2 weeks. So for each day, you have to divide by 14. And so if you want to take a look at per capita per day of waste generation, you have to divide 82,000 with this per day, you have to divide with 14, and to go for per capita, you have to divide again by 4,000 into 4, because then 4,000 homes are there and 4 people in each one. So this will give you 0.37 kgs of waste generation per capita per day. Now, moving to the next question. In India, should in India, the solid waste is collected primarily through community bin collection system in residential areas. Is it true or false? Very, very simple question. So, the statement of this is true. So, you can have about 10-15 minutes to think about the questions that we have solved or discussed today, and then I will quickly go through these questions again. Okay, so now quickly I will discuss these questions again. So the first question was, so the following are the duties of industrial units which are located within a 1 kilometer radius of an RDF plant. So they have to first thing replace at least 5% of their fuel requirements with the help of RDF. Secondly, you can see in the first point it is written within 1 year the arrangement should be made, but the correct answer is within 6 months, not 1 year. So in this particular question, option 2 is correct. At least 5% of the fuel requirements is to be replaced with RDF. Then on question number 2, a waste is non-recyclable, inorganic in nature, which is having a calorific value of 500 kilocalories per kg, and has to be disposed in some SWM units. So which one of these four do you think we should go for? So if you try to read the question carefully, you see that the nature of the waste is being given clearly. So based on it, if you try to choose a recycling unit, obviously it is not the correct choice because the waste itself is non-recyclable in nature. Then since it is also inorganic waste, so there is no point in choosing a composting unit. And on top of that, the calorific value is 500 kilocalories per kg. And if you want the waste to be treated in some incinerator for waste to energy or other similar approaches, then it should have a minimum energy content of 1500 kilocalories per kg. So just the for waste given in this particular question, which is having much lower calorific values, that's why incinerator is also out of the question. So the only option left behind is landfill. Then moving on to the next question, which talks about the social protection strategies. Really, the correct answer will be all of the above because under such strategies, under this particular strategy, you have to, like the government has to prepare a city level sanitation plans, then enable an environment where the private sector can participate more freely, and also capacity building. So all of the above is the correct answer. And in capacity building, what we do is that like we kind of spread more awareness about this service management and Swachh Bharat mission goals. We interact with people working who are actively working in this field, which include academicians, public, various private and government bodies who are working in this area, trying to manage the waste in different ways. The urban local bodies is like one of those examples, various other private players. So that they can all come together at a common platform and brainstorm about different ideas, different approaches that can be taken to achieve the goals and make it a more sustainable way of solid waste management. So the next question that we come to is which of the following is not the duty of CPCB regarding the SWM rules of 2016? And on this particular question, the correct answer is option 3, that is regulate the interstate movement of waste. This is not the duty of CPCB under the SWM rules. So moving on to a true and false type of question, which states that the SWM rules are to be reviewed by SPCB after every 6 months. So in this particular question, the correct answer is true because that is what they have been provided the duty to do that every 6 months or half yearly. Then in the next question, the schedule one of the solid waste management rules of 2016, the design criteria for landfill should include, very obvious question, it should include a provision for checking the ambient air quality, monitoring it at the landfill site, provision of landfill liner to prevent the water pollution. জলটা ওখানে বোতলে বেশি সৌরদীপ হবে সৌরদীপ না সময় না একবার জানিতাকে ফোন করেন হ্যাঁ Okay, so in this particular question, the first thing is that the ambient air quality at the landfill site that should obviously be monitored very carefully to see whether all the regulations and standards are met and the methane emissions and other toxic emissions from the landfills they should be as less as possible, CO2 emissions like that. And then the provision of landfill liner, which is again an absolute necessity because the leachate that is generated in the landfill, if a proper liner system is not in place, what happens is that it can easily seep through the ground, through the bed, the landfill bed, and then there are high chances that it might reach the groundwater level. And if it becomes like that, then since the landfill, if it is so much contaminated, is so much organically loaded and having various pollutants and contaminants, it will seriously degrade the quality of groundwater, which can have again later on some serious repercussions. So that is why in this particular question, both option B and option C is correct. Now, in the next question, like which of the following methods is not used to quantify the solid waste? As we discussed, like if you want to quantify the solid waste, you have to go for load count analysis for places where you can't really have much sophisticated instruments or setup. For example, weighing bridge and all are not there. So you kind of count the number of this vehicle uh, come, this you what you say waste collection vehicles come, and you have an idea like what can be the load on each vehicle. So you count the number of vehicles and then you try to come to an estimate. Then in the second one, the weight volume analysis is a much sophisticated one. That is why it is also sometimes known as density analysis because we try to measure both the weight and volume of the the waste that is coming in. And third is material balance, which is not used to quantify the solid waste. It can be used to quantify the energy that is present in that waste. So it is a different concept. One, the option two, three, sorry, one, two, and four, they talk about mass balance. Kind of, they can be related to somewhat transfer of mass. While option three is purely based on energy balance. Now, option four is again material balance, which is mass balance in one sense. We can say that because one example you can see that 100 kgs of waste it is coming to a transfer station. From this transfer station, let's say 50 kgs it goes to landfill, 25 kgs it goes to a composting unit, and 25 kg it goes to some waste to incineration, waste to energy plant that can be incinerator. So this is how the quantity of waste that is generated can be tracked, and where it goes from a certain place, it can also be used to know the same. Again, coming to a very obvious true and false type question. where it is stated that in communities with PSU through programs, the residents are charged for the waste collection based on the volume of weight or the mass of waste. Sorry, volume of waste or the mass of waste that is they throw away. So this is true. Now, in the next question, the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy Sources, according to the 2016 rules, the duty is to facilitate, that is option D, an infrastructure creation and other such related prospects for waste to energy plants. Then this is a match of the following question, where the first statement is that it will introduce planning in an existing built-up area to make the current location more efficient and livable. That matches with retrofitting. In statement 2, that it will affect replacement of the existing built-up environment. And regarding smart cities, these options are and enables the co-creation of a new layout for enhanced infrastructure that defines redevelopment. After that, introduction of smart solutions in previously vacant areas, which are more than 250 acres in size, using innovative planning, financing, and implementation that will come under greenfield development, and finally, envisaging the application of smart solutions in the existing and citywide infrastructure that will be included as pan city development. So that is why option B is the correct answer. Now, which of the following container system is used for the collection of C&D debris, that is construction and demolition debris? Here, we use the hauled container system, while in households, restoration places, we use curbside or stationary container system. In this particular question, the costliest phase or operation of the solid waste management system is the collection and transportation of the waste. Then again, a similar question like if the waste is generated at source, which kind of collection strategy we will use? It will be curbside collection that usually takes place for the residential complexes or residential areas. Now this is a numerical type of question that you have to find the per kg, per day, and per capita solid waste generation rate. With the information given is in week 1, there are 10 truckloads of waste that is generated, with each truck having a volume of 20 meter cube. And the compacted density of the waste in that particular truck is 250 kgs per meter. So if you want to estimate the total waste generated in week 1, multiply the volume, that is 20, with the compacted density, that is 250. So you will get the mass of weight in one truck. So if there are 10 trucks multiplied with 10, you will get the total mass in 1 week. So in second week, you will again do a similar thing, multiply 20, which is a weight with a compacted density, that is 200, and then this is the waste in a mass of waste in one truck. So multiplied by 8, you will have the uh, total waste in second week. So add both the waste generated in first week and second week, you will have the total waste generation in 14 days. So now you have to calculate the per day one. So divided by 14, you will get the per day waste generation. Now, if you want to calculate per capita, so you will see that you can see that there are 4,000 homes, and on an average, there are 4 persons in each home. So total number of persons is 16,000. So again, divide this daily solid waste generation by 16,000, and you will get the per kg or per capita per day of solid waste generation rate of 0.37. Now a true and false type of question. So in a solid waste, in India, solid waste is primarily collected through community-based collection system in residential areas. That we have most of us, I hope, that have seen this and see this every day. So this statement is very much true. So these are the questions that we had in store for us, and we will be meeting next week with a new set of questions. In case if you have any doubt, please feel free to put them in chat box and comment section. Thank you.